welcome to Audio Addiction. We have Major Moments, if I got that correct, and they can say their names and what they do in the band.
Yeah, the band's name is Major Moment. I'm Andre.
I'm Sasha.
Gabriel. I'm the lead guitarist.
I'm the vocalist,
and I do everything else. Yeah, I'm a lead vocalist, and I play a little bit of keyboard, a little bit of rhythm guitar, write songs, try to do different tasks. So do all of us, basically.
Yeah.
We all participate in all aspects of the band.
Awesome. So my first question, guys, how'd you start out the band? How'd you get your members?
Yes, it's a long and never-ending story, basically. When I started the band, it was a very different band, and I actually didn't start the band. I joined the band that was looking for a vocalist, and I managed to completely destroy the band and turned everything upside down, and kicked out all other members. And had to invite other people to fill their shoes, so to speak.
Awesome. So how did you guys meet?
What a nice person I am, right?
Yeah. So how did you all kind of meet and obviously start working on music and stuff like that?
It's a crazy journey, since you probably read that we're multicultural,
multicultural, multinational,
multi-continental
everything. Yes.
Yeah.
So I met Gabriel through Facebook when I was looking for a replacement guitar player, and I saw his video he posted, or I think he posted that he was looking for a
I
band
had
to
some
join.
videos on my Facebook page.
Yeah, and then I asked him to send me over a demo video, and he sent it to me, and I was like, wow, this dude is pretty good. And I invited him for a rehearsal. Mind you, he lived 2 hours away from the rehearsal space.
Wow.
That was a concern of its own. And I was like, I don't know about that, but he showed up, barely spoke any English, and but was freaking brilliant on guitar. Just freaking nailed it, and I was like, that's the guy right there. I mean, I don't care if he doesn't speak a word of English in his life, as long as he freaking plays the
He
music.
doesn't have to. As long as he plays guitar great, you just that's just talking for him. Yeah.
Totally, yeah. And with Sasha, it's a little bit of a different story with the romantic twist in it, just a little bit, right? So we are both lifelong fans of Linkin Park, right? So so are you, right?
Yes, absolutely.
And then the story is that I met up. I didn't meet up, but I got acquainted that whatever the word is, right? I got to know.
Close enough, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, you can pardon multinational band, right?
Yeah, exactly. Of course.
Said before. I met up with the admin of a Russian fan forum of Linkin Park.
Oh, cool.
And we kind of became online buddies, and he was like, well, I'm coming to US for a road trip that I was planning for the past, 7 years. And I'm like, cool, dude, yeah. What's not to love about it? And he's like, I'm gonna make a stop in Boston. Do you mind if I crash at your place? I'm like, sure. And he's like, there's a little bit of a side twist. I'm coming with a friend, and it's a female friend. I'm like, it's totally fine with me. Little do you know, Sasha made an appearance in my life, and a couple years later, we're now engaged. And when I was a part of Major Moment already, and she was not, I'm like, there's no chance in hell that any of my family members, any of my friends are getting in this band, because that's number one reason to destroy the band, right? Number one is that the band fall apart. Right, like, obviously, do not do this. Why would you want to do this? And so
So he was the first one to bring the family members.
Right, but it kind of just happened because well, Sasha was helping me out with management tasks and like social media tasks in
I was
general.
helping with the song tasks as well.
Yeah, she
Changed
was.
a couple of
Yeah, no, not
melodies.
really. No, a little. Yeah, a little bit. Right. When I was writing demos in my bedroom, like she would obviously be the first person to hear whatever the things I came up with, right? Whether they were good or not good, I let her to decide. And she was like, "Why don't you change it here a little bit to make it a little more interesting?" And I'm like, "No, but yeah, good point actually. But no, but yes." So I did actually. I did listen for once, and for the best. So when the time came and we were to play a very important show that was one of the first shows, and it was on a very short notice. The guys in the band, they did not know any, backing vocals. They could not do any backing vocals. They did not know the harmonies.
They did not know the lyrics.
They did not know the lyrics. They did not prepare themselves well enough.
I
right?
knew it.
Oh,
Well, yeah. We'll leave it at this, right?
boy.
Yeah, we totally believe you, dude. Totally believe you. And so Sasha came and she was like, "Do you want me to help you out on the back vocals?" I'm like, "Yeah, I guess. I mean, why not, right?"
the same kind of answer, no, but yeah.
You're right. I knew I needed the support. I knew I needed some help, right? But nobody could do it, and she could because she heard the songs many more times than everybody else combined, probably. So I was like, sure, and she did a good job. And the next day we went, and all the other guys were very positive towards that. And the next day we went for rehearsal. I'm like, I'm going for rehearsal. Do you want to just come and hang out with us? So like, yeah, sure. And that was it. That was the end.
There you go. Well, I appreciate the journey. I like it, especially the parts where I have to kind of listen to the sort of marital, arguments. That's my favorite part. But that's really cool. Like I always find it interesting whenever I hear about bands and like the way that they come together in terms of like a story. I feel like it's music has that interesting quality of bringing people together. So. I always love hearing, this at the beginning where you're very starting out to pretty much up till now. So definitely sick. But my next question, guys, what are some favorite places you like to play at or go see a show at?
Okay, well, I'll start and give those guys a couple minutes to think about it, right? We just recently played a show at one of my favorite venues in Boston called Middle East. And I personally seen many good bands there, and I attended probably six or seven shows there. It's like an average club size venue, so it's not like a stadium. It's not nothing crazy, but it's very cozy, and the sound is pretty good, and it's very famous in the community. So, to play it, it was an honor, and, we really enjoyed playing at that venue, hoping to get back there as soon as possible. Awesome. We actually are playing at the Sisters venue called Sonia, next door to it, this Friday.
Sick. Awesome.
Yeah.
Anyone else?
I agree on the Middle East. I really like it. I also liked Thunder Road, maybe because it was the first show also, and it was very exciting and the sound was good. I really like Sinclair. I wish we could play there soon.
Yeah, Sinclair is a very iconic venue as well. I don't think it's as old as Middle East, but it's very hip. So to play there, it's like.
I've seen a couple of shows there.
A big deal.
Really liked it, so
yeah.
Can't wait to be on stage.
One thing to mention is that I recently started going to Russia and playing gigs there with a different lineup, with a different lineup, right? I kind of cheated on those guys and got the session players to play because those guys are expensive to bring abroad. I'm very low maintenance, unlike them, and right. I'm just completely making it up. But seriously, I started going to Russia, playing gigs with some session players there, got some positive response, got to
Look
play.
at you, drama queen, huh? Today.
Well, then, you know, it got to be a little bit of a drama.
You know,
And
it's on the interview, so you got to make sure you have like a little bit of that, like a little bit of intensity, you know?
Of course. Wait for it. This is nothing. Right. And obviously, it was a big deal. You know, I've never played internationally before. I never played in Moscow. When we got interviewed for the first time for our bio, actually, one of the questions was, what is the stretch goal for your career? And the explanation was that, you know, it's possible to achieve, but, you know, it's somewhere way up ahead, you know, and I answered that it would be a gig in Moscow, and next month I'm playing in Moscow. So
well, awesome.
This is just completely mind-blowing to me, and, you know, I had an opportunity to perform in front of a crazy good crowd of about 350 people at the Chester's Memorial Night event in St. Petersburg. And the guys were so positive and so in responding in such a warm, nice way. Just looking at those pictures and watching those videos over again brings up those memories. I just played there last Friday, and you know, I'm still feeling all the love from people sending me private messages saying, you know, how much they enjoy the show. This is so, you know, heartwarming, and you know, this is amazing.
You can find the video on our Facebook. It's mind-blowing.
Awesome. Well, I'll have to give it a link, because I love seeing that sort of stuff too, because I think it's just that impact of music, and like, you know, obviously Chester and Linkin Park, just, I think if you grow up in like, if you're in your like 20s or something, I feel like that is that synonymous band, you know.
Of course, it did touch you, you know, in many ways, of course, and so did it for millions of other people, and you know, that's what's beautiful about it, you know, that he was such an important part of lives of so many people, that, you know, people all over the world are now paying tributes to him, you know, and honoring his memory, which we did as well with our own version of Leave Out All the Rest that is out right now. And we are donating 100% profits to his wife's charity organized to battle mental health issues such as depression and anxiety. So, you know, we're trying to make Chester proud by doing this.
Well, that's very commendable. I definitely love hearing about that, so that's awesome, guys. But my next question, probably the most important question, what are some of your musical influences? I guess we can go down the line if you'd like.
Sure. Yeah.
All right. Well, Linkin Park is the obvious one and the biggest one. I really like Papa Roach. I really liked Green Day, 3 Days Grace, Beatles, of course, Coldplay. I really like Coldplay.
U2.
Yeah. So, go ahead.
Why don't you go ahead?
Yeah. Well, I love a Brazilian band called Oficina G3. And I like to listen to guitarists more than music, you know, like instrumental songs. So I love like Kiko Loureiro, who plays for Megadeth.
That's very instrumental.
No, but I mean, it's on music, you know. And I love Matheus Assato. He was playing to Jay Kelly, something like that. And I love John Mayer, man. It's like amazing. And yeah, U2, Coldplay, Linkin Park, you know.
30 Seconds to Mars.
30 Seconds
oh my
to
God.
Mars, yeah. Yeah, we went to their concert, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Gabriel was actually one of 5 people chosen as finalists for an opportunity to play with 30 Seconds to Mars on stage.
Oh, sick.
But unfortunately, he did not make it to be number one.
But I got
person.
2 tickets.
But he got free tickets.
There you
Why
go.
not? And objectively, he plays better than the guy who made it. So.
I didn't say that. I never said that before.
I saw it in your face.
No. What I said was, I said that he wasn't playing, he was backing track, but I didn't say he was bad.
Yeah, so now you're calling him a liar. Oh, no. We're not going anywhere, you guys. This is not a good thing.
Go downhill from there.
It's not my fault that he stopped like playing in the middle of the song and the song continued.
I keep asking questions. What is the next one?
Yes.
Yeah, skip it.
Also commercial.
We'll cut that out in post. We'll just like it'll never happen. This part will never see the light of day.
Sure.
For your own safety.
Going back to my influences, right? Many of the bands that guys already called 30 Seconds to Mars, Nine Inch Nails, Papa Roach, Linkin Park, obviously, the Beatles, Led Zeppelin, Duran Duran, Depeche Mode.
Oasis.
Oasis is a big one,
Nice,
yeah. Keen is a big one as well. U2, that's, the classics. So, many bands that were huge in the 90s, right? And that's back when I was enjoying watching MTV. That's back when they played music, actually, right? So,
Very true.
I really enjoyed all those bands that were on. And, as far as Russian music, there are only a couple examples that, I probably like, one of them being Zemfira. I don't know if you had a chance to check it out, but please do. And, we actually are working on performing a cover of her song in Russian, and we think it's going to be an interesting twist of us performing it in America. You don't get to hear a cover of a Russian singer,
Yeah.
at all, right?
And it totally makes sense for us.
And it totally makes sense for us, especially for Gabriel, who is from Brazil, right? Unlike
What does
us.
that have to do with me?
You have a lot of Russian
No,
names.
it's okay. Don't worry.
Brazil.
Right.
There we go.
So that's about it for influences.
Pop music, right? Backstreet Boys. That was before Linkin Park for me.
Right. That's Linkin Park of pop music.
Yeah. I like that.
So a little bit, not.
Right.
I got what you meant.
Right. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I feel like if you're in that like boy band pop zone, you're either like NSYNC or you're like Backstreet Boys. So.
Yeah, what's interesting, I was just reading an interview, a piece about Chester Bennington, right? And I think it was by Loudwire or something. Okay. And they said that when they first saw Linkin Park, they referred to them as NSYNC meets Nine Inch Nails, which was an interesting twist, And basically, because they said their rock stage presence and choreography was top notch, like it was not belonging to a rock band. It was almost like, boy band, yeah. It was almost too well figured out. Yeah.
Awesome, guys. So my next question kind of alluded to it. What if you could pick a song to cover, what would it be?
Oh, we actually are covering a couple songs. We just played that show at Middle East, right? We played a cover of Nine Inch Nails, which was Handed Feeds. We played Paramore cover.
Yeah, I had my debut there as a solo
lead singer.
Yeah. And I did the Code. Which
Nice, awesome.
And then we are obviously doing our own version of Live Out All the Rest by Linkin Park. So that's 3 covers. And then when I went to Russia, we did premiere that Zemfira's Russian cover. So now it's just the time to bring it to the United States, so people can be like, what the hell is going on? What is this weird language we do not understand? Right.
Awesome.
I actually enjoy playing covers, but to a certain extent, I was in a cover band once. Not so long ago, actually, but it got very old very soon, because performing the same set of cover songs, it gets a little too boring for me. It's one thing when you play your own songs and perform your own songs and get a response to that, And
Well, we did covers. We have to explain that because we had the set for like 45 minutes, and right now we only have like 4 songs, which are going to be on our EP that's coming out in September.
No, that's not why we did covers. We did covers because
to
it's
fill out the
Don't listen.
Wait for
What?
them. Speaking Russian.
We also have a couple of songs waiting to be released, but yeah.
No, okay, well, it's your opinion. I respect. I have to respect that.
I'm just watching.
Why? That's how it works.
Okay, so now
Okay.
for the true explanation of the reason we did not perform those songs because we were short and we had to play a longer set at all. We performed those songs because I wanted to introduce covers for a long time, and those 3 songs, they kind of fit the genre of the music we're playing. So I felt really good playing them. Whatever she's laughing about.
Okay.
Okay, I guess. But if we were to pick more songs to perform,
This is War.
yeah, 30 Seconds to Mars there. One by what, you two?
Yeah.
Sure, yeah, I'd do that.
Also,
We wanted to do a cover on Muse. A song called The Map of Problematique.
Yeah,
And
awesome.
problematic or problématique if it was French. That's it. Written as
Okay,
it
but
was
it's not
French.
French.
Okay. We can never. Why are we in the band? We can never agree on anything. Like, it makes no sense. But whatever. Whatever that song is called. The first word is map. Can we agree on that? The first two words of map
Yes,
off.
we can agree that the first
Alright.
word is map.
Map. Okay.
but-
Wonderful.
Okay.
And so that's a great song. It has a nice drum beat to it, and overall it has a nice electronic / rock vibe that I'm enjoying. When I performed at, actually, speaking of Memorials Night, Chester's Memorial events, right? I performed with the session players in St. Petersburg in Russia. Those 2 guys on the same day, at the same time, were performing in Boston. So we as a band made probably history as far as performing on 2 different continents at the same time, simultaneously.
Two opposite
Ends of the
places
world.
on
Yeah. And that's mind-blowing to me, and it's that's very cool if you ask me. And we were performing some Linkin Park songs there as well that we do not normally perform, so that was a one-time thing, I guess.
Awesome.
Yep.
Awesome, guys. So my next question, who have you been jamming recently? I guess we can go down the line.
So, can you ask the question again? I'm sorry.
It's who have you been listening to recently? Like who's in like your Spotify or like something like that?
Breaking Benjamin.
Breaking Benjamin?
Yeah.
Okay, Gabriel says Breaking Benjamin. I just recently listened to.
We both did.
We
right?
both did actually, without saying a word to each other. I was on a flight from Moscow to New York, and when I landed, she's like, I just listened to Mike Shinoda's post-traumatic album, and I was
Which
like,
is kind of embarrassing that it took me so long.
yeah, it's been
but-
out for like a month, and she just listened to it, and I was like, dude, like this is insane. I just listened to it on the flight for the first time as well. So this is great. And a local band that we played with called Time Wolf, they actually released their EP, and I had a chance to listen to that on the flight to New York as well, and I enjoyed it a lot.
Awesome. All right, guys. My next question: favorite food to eat?
Ooh, Gabriel.
Yeah.
Stroganoff.
Good
Yeah.
struggle.
Okay.
Yeah. I love it. It's amazing.
Oh, it's a hard question. I have to pick something.
The 2 of us are
Yeah, I'm like straightforward. No, like this.
He knew exactly what he wanted.
I like this. I
Black
like that.
caviar, foie gras.
There she goes, right? So we are like crazy foodies,
Duck.
Like we love going and enjoying different dishes and fancy restaurants sometimes when we can afford them. Not always, not lately, but oh well. We had our good times as well.
Yes.
Oh well.
She's a phenomenal cook, by the way.
Oh.
So
There you go.
I have to say that her breakfasts are the best.
Okay.
You know.
I agree.
Yeah, she Gabriel had a chance to enjoy them lately as well. So yeah, thank you for that. As far as other favorite food, I'd say sushi. Poke is fine as well. Yeah. What else? What do you like?
That's because you guys didn't.
I love
Try
Greek
fish
salad in
ramen.
Greece.
The what?
Greek salad in Greece.
Okay.
Because Greek salad in America is a different salad.
So she's been to Greece before, and she wants an
Yeah.
authentic Greek
I just
salad.
spoke with somebody who was going to Greece, and I was like, oh damn, I missed that Greek salad. Yeah.
I enjoy different dishes as well, but she went all the way crazy fancy with black caviar and foie gras. Yeah, I like those.
Wow,
I mean,
all right.
right? Who doesn't?
Fancy.
Fancy, yeah. But good food doesn't have to be fancy. Sometimes it just has to be made with heart,
Made
you
with
know,
your heart.
made with love,
I got you.
and that's what I enjoy, you know.
There you go. A good home cooked meal. You know. That's what I
Definitely, yeah, definitely.
I'm about that too. But next question, guys. If you could pick somebody to collaborate with, whether it's a guest person on your next record or a producer, who would you guys want to work with?
Oh wow.
Can I go first?
Yes, go ahead.
Matheus Assat.
Okay.
This guy has to be ready to meet Gabriel. Like, he's got to be careful.
Right.
I'm gonna hug him and not let him go. You know.
Well, that's gonna be the end of the collaboration.
Yeah, it's gonna last 5 seconds. It's gonna
Okay.
be. I'm out of here.
Like, a restraining order. It's done.
Oh.
All right. Well, as far as producers, well, Rick Rubin was obviously,
Sick. Yeah.
you know, somebody who everybody would want to work with, right? And I definitely go for that.
Collaborate with Mike.
Collaborate with Mike Shinoda, sure. I would love to do that because especially our album brings the same message as his latest work, post-traumatic album that he released, you know, after experiencing such tragedy. It also touched us in the same way. Our EP has a hashtag Make Chester Proud on it, and it's seriously inspired by the tragic events. We have a couple songs on it dedicated to Chester, specifically dealing with issues of mental health and depression. So it would only make sense if we, you know, had a chance to talk to each other and, like, you know, maybe do some cool stuff together. That would be super cool.
Awesome. That would be sick. I feel like that would be something I'd be looking out for too, just because you guys kind of align with Linkin Park. So
Yeah, totally. But as far as all the bands that I mentioned as my influences, I would love to collaborate with any of them. And, you know, beyond that, if we were to come across a musician or a singer or a guitarist or, you know, songwriter who we would think is phenomenal and who would think that we're worthy of collaborating with, would be down for that as well, you know.
awesome. Awesome, guys. My next question, if there was another musical instrument that you wish you could play, what would it be?
Damn.
Bass.
Violin.
Violin.
Everybody wants to.
Definitely.
Do you
need
know-
to play bass?
You,
I don't
you,
know,
you
that's
need you need
kind
to
of
know
thing.
that you need to know the story that Gabriel actually bought a violin and broke it.
Yeah.
Was it on purpose, or did you just like?
No, I was trying to like set it up, and then I don't know how to do it, and then it's
should-
under my
snap
bed now.
Should have googled the manual.
I bought it for $10, you know, it's really cheap, and I was like, no, and then I put it under my bed, and that's it.
Sasha is always told that she needs to play bass in our band.
Yeah.
Everybody says that she needs to play bass, and I personally think that would be super cool. I don't know if our bass player agrees with that. Yeah, but any instrument, I actually don't think that there's an instrument in a world that I would be like, oh, I don't want to play that at all. Like I'm really into trying something new, and all the instruments.
Well, you can tell you already play rhythm guitar, keyboard.
I play a little bit of keyboards and a little bit of rhythm guitar, but I would love to be, a little more proficient with that and skilled with that, and as far as trying new instruments. And I actually play a little bit of drums as well. So that was a new instrument that I was looking forward, kind of getting to know for a long, long time. That was the first instrument that I as a kid wanted to play, and that's the last instrument that. Isn't it weird? Like when you say instrument, nobody says drums. Like people don't consider drums as an instrument.
You know what? Honestly, a lot of people say drums when I ask this question. Like, a majority of people say drums.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, so because when you say instrument, you think of something
with
like
strings in it.
With strings on it, right?
Like a bagpipe, right?
Well, more or less, right?
Like
But-
you either get like the real like ones that you can like learn, like piano, like things that you could like work into what you do, or you like have like the really like I want to learn how to play like the triangle or something. Like
Right.
it's like there's no middle. It's no like a neutral answer. It's usually just like completely right, like weird stuff, or it's like like kind of in the same vein,
Right. So since you mentioned bagpipes, right? I'd want to learn how to play just to annoy the hell out of those guys,
That's gonna be on the next record, right? That's
Yeah.
sick.
You're gonna
You
have
guys are
to.
transforming into a bagpipe band.
Mike Shinoda as well. So Mike Shinoda comes with bagpipes. The same track.
Okay, sick. All of the tracks, they're just gonna be reworked Linkin Park tracks on bagpipe, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Totally. No, there's a funny story going around internet. There's a couple, I think they're from US, and they found ridiculously cheap tickets to Red Hot Chili Peppers in Ireland, and it was so cheap.
Oh, I saw this. Yes.
And it was so cheap that they decided, it might as well just be worth to take the trip to Ireland. And all of a sudden, it's Red Hot Chili Pipers playing songs that have nothing to do with Red Hot Chili Peppers. It's not even the Black Bagpipe tribute to Red Hot Chili Peppers. It's just their own stuff. I mean, and it was the girl's birthday. How disappointing would that be?
Yeah.
I'm like, you're ready to see Flea like jumping on stage and Anthony Kiedis like tearing the crowd apart, right? And you see guys wearing kilts, right?
Yeah.
And you think something is going on here. Happy birthday to me.
Yeah, happy birthday to you. You get the Red Hot Chili Baggers or whatever. I don't have no idea. It's like
Right. That was very close. Red Hot Chili Pipers. Like I could have made this mistake myself. Yeah. For sure.
well, it's out there for somebody to like, I feel like
Yeah. So for all those people who can't read properly, yeah. They have to attend this show.
Oh, come on. They're probably not as bad. But...
we're gonna cut that part out too. Just in.
We're
Do we have anything left?
I'm gonna take the liberties of cutting out most of this interview.
yeah. At least fun.
Just
right.
to help you out, I don't want you guys to feel like you're just pigeonholed, if you
God forbid Red Hot Chili Pipers are gonna come to US and haunt us and stalk us and say, guys, we watched this interview. You're so mean. Now we're gonna play for you.
Yeah. We're gonna want to open up from you.
Okay.
You know what? The one thing that I can say, at least you're honest about it. So.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we are very honest people.
All right, guys. My next question. I'm gonna be honest. I am curious how you're gonna answer this because I am a huge nerd. I love, as you couldn't tell by the Galactic Empire shirt. But if you could be a video game character, who would you guys be?
Oh, dude. Oh my God.
I would be Joey
That's
from
not
The
like
Last
what
of
kind of
Us.
question that
Do you know The Last of Us?
Yes,
course,
of course.
Last of Us.
So I would be Joey.
He said he's a geek, dude.
Well, I don't know. Maybe he's an Xbox player. I don't know.
I don't discriminate. I love it all. You know.
Nice,
Sasha.
nice. Yeah.
Your turn.
So you know, right?
No. All right, there we go. Right.
And then there is another part of the family that's always caring about everything too.
Right. When we another side story, right? When we were writing our bio, one of the questions was describe yourself as a tagline. Basically, give yourself as a tagline. We went with surprisingly what Gabriel proposed. He proposed
Like a family, but worse.
like family, but worse. Basically, it's us in a nutshell.
So there's a video game Heavy Rain. I really love
nice,
that.
nice
And
one.
just to experience everything that Ethan was experiencing.
Would it be the right?
Wow, that's dark.
I know.
Ouch.
Yeah.
I would not want to be in his shoes for sure. But I can cut your finger
No.
today with a
Not
knife.
now, please. Not on this video, no.
As far as me, I'm also pretty geeky.
I forgot about that part. Damn.
Pretty geeky
I
when
have
it.
to revise this answer. Yeah.
She just likes driving like crazy on the wrong side of the highway. That's what she meant by it. As far as myself, I'm a kind of a geeky person when it comes to video games as well. As I went as far as meeting Yu Suzuki, who is the creator of Shenmue video games. We actually went together and we met him in San Francisco as far as crowdfunding for Shenmue 3. So Rio would obviously be the person who I would want to be, and Leon S. Kennedy from Resident Evil 2.
Okay.
I'm freaking looking forward to that remake.
Do you know that? Ashley?
Leon, help me!
No, but
Resident Evil 4.
From Resident Evil 2. No, 4 is different. 4 is a different game. Just specifically 2. So I'm freaking looking forward to that remake that's coming out this year, I think, or early next year.
I want to be Harry Potter. Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to be any female characters at all? Or you don't find them interesting enough?
Well, then she's not interesting enough.
I think Ellie from The Last of Us was an interesting character.
Yeah.
So I'm also looking forward to The Last of Us too.
Yeah,
for sure.
Me too.
I watched the trailer for that and I was like, oh boy.
Yeah, that's actually
And Siberia.
That's actually one of the first games that we finished together. We played together. There was The Last of Us.
I finished it one night, like straight.
We did not play together with him.
Yeah.
We played.
Oh.
He was back in Brazil at that time, right? We were enjoying The Last of Us. Lately, we do not have any time to enjoy video games, but I will make my time for Shenmue 3 and Resident Evil 2 remake for sure, and The Last of Us. Yeah, those 3 games are probably like top 3 games that I'm really looking forward to.
Awesome, guys. My next question is, in your opinion, who puts on a great live show in terms of bands that you've seen?
Oh wow, pretty much everybody nowadays. Like you watch those performances and you think like, oh wow, those guys, like, not only they have fun, they just hold the crowd, they just own it, so you have to own it to make it, I guess, and the live show is definitely something that we need to further develop ourselves as a band, and we're looking forward to doing this. Basically anybody, even if I'm not a fan of a band, you look at their live show and it's like top notch.
Yeah, I watched Guns N' Roses and Pink Floyd and Didy's Garden. It's like unbelievable, amazing.
Yeah, I've also been to the latest. Oh no, not latest, but there's a very great band, local band, Firstborn. We were blown away from their performance.
Oh yeah, those guys are amazing. Yeah. Another worthy band to mention is called Blind Spot, all lowercase Blind Spot, and those guys, they're just 3 people in the band, singer who plays guitar, another guy who plays lead guitar and does some sampling and keyboard playing, and there's a drummer, and they put up such a show that it will give a run for the money to any band out there, which is and we actually played with both of those bands, which is great, which is an honor to us.
Awesome. I'll have to definitely go give him a listen now after this. But
yeah, you like it.
Awesome. My next question, guys, if you guys could compile a dream tour, who'd be on it?
Oh, dream tour. Wow, that's interesting.
We have the tour only in our dreams right now.
Does that count? Right. I'll count it as an answer. Well,
John Mayer.
Come on, like. Okay, I guess.
There you go.
I guess. 30 seconds.
I love with 30 Seconds to Mars.
30 Seconds to Mars would be a great band to be on tour with. I personally love the guys, but I feel kind of bad that Tomo left the band recently. I felt like you definitely need a guitar player in this band. There's no way around that.
That was a shock.
They were such a great family, so but we wish them all well. Papa Roach would be definitely a choice to be on tour with. They're crazy guys, and this is what makes it even more interesting, to have somebody that crazy, and they're crazy talented as well.
Pretty much anybody that we mentioned before. Really?
Yeah, definitely.
Adore their creativity.
Yeah, totally.
Performance.
Awesome. I feel like John Mayer would have it a little hard though, with like 30 Seconds to Mars and like Papa Roach. He'd be like,
What am I doing on
gonna enjoy it,
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm getting paid, so it doesn't matter, right?
Side joke,
Yeah, like I personally am not a huge fan of John Mayer, to say the least.
Yeah.
And Gabriel is.
I love him.
And Gabriel is.
Amazing.
So we always have this a little bit of a tension going on. And Gabriel annoys me by watching John Mayer's
stories on Instagram.
John Mayer's stories on Instagram, and he releases about like 569 live streams every day, and it's like, oh my god.
And I opened the phone and put on.
I already recognize it by the voice, I could be in a different part of the house or rehearsal space, and I just hear this voice, and it makes me cringe. So I was like, oh, this guy.
I don't know why. He's amazing, man.
You're not gonna be touring with John Mayer. I'm already calling it now.
That's off the books right now.
It's off the table. It's not happening. John Mayer is about to hit you guys up, and then it's like, not sending that email now.
With Red Hot Chili Peppers as well. So that's
Do you prefer?
They enjoy the hate though, so they'll be like, "Yeah, let's tour together, no problem."
Just want to answer that question. This is a prime example of how emergent bands ruin their future.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't mean to. I feel like you kind of fell into that one.
Yeah, basically.
All right, guys. Next question. Another fun one. Favorite TV show. Favorite movie.
Ooh.
Can I just one or?
TV show, movie?
How about you do one?
All right.
One and a runner-up. I feel like that. I'll give you a little cheat.
I'd say Friends. Yeah. And movie.
Sure about that.
I'd say
Such a rock star.
Collateral Beauty. It's with Will Smith, and it's like really nice. I cried. Of course, I cried watching it, but let's just keep it on between us,
And the internet.
Yeah. And everybody else.
Sasha?
I won't be able to choose one movie. Impossible.
Yeah. She's a little bit of a movie geek.
Okay.
She watched like a ridiculous amount of movies. And she always says, "Oh, let's watch this movie. Let's watch this movie," and then this movie sucks. Of course.
No. What?
I'm like, why?
That's true.
Why did you tell me to watch it? It makes no sense. Like, it's not even a good movie. Let's watch a good movie instead. So I have a couple favorites, and we all watched them together actually recently. One would be Interstellar,
Great.
and it was an inspiration for some of our songs as well. A second one would be, and you will like that answer, I'm sure, is 28 Days Later.
Oh, okay, nice, yeah.
Gone Girl.
Gun Girl. Okay, not my favorite, but it's a cool movie indeed. Yeah, I like it. I
You
couldn't.
really were raving after this.
It's a great movie. It's a great movie, but like, do I
Oh
wanna?
my god, it's so good! And now look at you.
He's leaving.
Yeah,
Okay.
I got done.
He's had enough of us.
Yeah,
No.
too much.
Oh yeah, too late now.
Yeah, I should have done.
All right. Well, now you can see our ugly faces.
I could see it anyway, so you're good.
As far as music related, and I'd say music related movie, it would be
La La Land.
La La Land for sure. Yeah, I like La La Land, and I enjoy Daft Punk's Electroma.
Oh, sick. Okay.
So
I haven't
that's
seen that yet.
we've seen it together.
Oh yeah, we've seen it. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I mean. As far as TV show, Lost was one of my favorites a long time up until the very end when they completely effed it up,
Yep.
big time. Also, since I'm as you could figure it out by now, I'm a huge zombie fan, right? So, The Walking Dead
Oh, of course.
season 1 was the best thing ever at the moment, and then they completely ruined it. And I watched up until probably season 3, hoping that they will get, or season 4, hoping that they would get it back on tracks, and I completely lost any interest in that whatsoever after that. I was like, guys, you just freaking ruined the best thing you could possibly work with. And the first season is brilliant. The first season is just amazing. It would give run for the money to any zombie films, like high-end films, high-end movies, not to mention it's like TV series. But after that, it's just like, okay, I guess.
What about Star Wars?
Drama.
I could see
Star
you.
Wars.
I could see you like typing up an email. You're like, man, this could be so much better. AMC, like, let's listen to the plot of this. There's so many loopholes.
Those guys would do that. Seriously, I would freaking do that. I would show up at like Comic-Con and be hating on them. Like, guys, what did you do? Like, you just ruined it all.
You would just go to the panel to be like, listen, guys, I don't know what you're doing here.
Right.
Fix it.
I would put the sign "Stop Walking Dead" or something, right?
Or make Walking Dead better,
Not my TV series. Not my TV episode. Oh.
All right, guys. Next question. If there was one album that you could bring with you to a desert island for the next 30 days, what would it be?
Give some time.
So there's a band called it's not a very popular band yet, but there's hope. It's called Major Moment, and
I wasn't waiting for that.
and their EP.
See you later. No.
And this thing is shameless promotion, right? Shameless promotion. It's called One Small Step, and I shit you not, I would totally bring it for the next 30 days on a deserted night and listen to it like every day.
That's the place to listen to.
I enjoy it that much. What can I do? On a deserted island?
Yeah.
What exactly do you mean?
Because
Nobody else can hear it? Or?
Okay, I'll explain. People are so busy right now. Everybody's running around listening to music on the background. It's not and this album you should really sit down, relax.
Take your time.
Take your time. Listen to everything that's going on there, because it's
they have some deep thoughts there. Hopefully you'll appreciate that as we intended.
Awesome, guys.
But do you have electricity on the desert island? That's important
Who
question.
cares? I'll just bring this. I'll just be like, oh.
I don't know what you need.
Okay, what would be your choice?
My choice?
Yeah.
Oh boy. Well, for the sake of just keeping it the same answer, because many people have asked me this, I'm gonna have to say it's Major Moments, One Small Step.
But how you? Well, hold on. How are you gonna listen to the CD?
I will make a way.
I'm gonna bring
It's gonna happen. You gotta.
play band. That's my end.
We're gonna be there and we're gonna play it for you live.
There you go. So beautiful. I love it. I love it.
So-
That was my answer. Totally. Just Andre, if you want to PayPal me like $20, my email address is this. Just make sure, just send a little extra if you can. That'd be great.
Friends and family. I remember friends and family. Yeah, so no
Friends
fees.
and family benefits. There you go. Awesome. Okay.
All right, cool. That's good.
Anyway, lastly, I think you kind of did the plug, but I'm gonna let you do it again. Double time, just in case people are hard of hearing. They can do it again. But tell them about your band, Major Moments, where they can find you at, and anything coming up in the next couple months.
Sure. We are basically everywhere you don't want us to be. We are on Facebook at /Major Moment, on Instagram at major.moment. We are on Snapchat, on Twitter, on YouTube. We have our own page, majormomentband.com. We have some cool stuff in there. We're not stopping. We are about to release a ton of videos, including some videos explaining how Gabriel plays guitar, which is cool.
Wow.
And
I thought it was about another thing.
no, we're not going to release that video. No. Oh, maybe we will. If you log into our pages, chances are you will see something interesting.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you to Angela for sending me an email about your band, because that's sick. I always appreciate that.
Thank you.
But also, go check out Major Moments. Excited to listen to the record, because I don't have it yet. But hey, Angela, pass along, review, got you. But check out Major Moments. Links are in the description where you can find out about their band. If you live in the Boston area, go out and see them. I unfortunately don't, but if they come down to the East Coast, like New Jersey, that'd be sick,
That's not too far. We will.
It's not too far. It's possible. So
Right.
maybe stretch goal for 2018,
For sure. Yeah, man, it was a pleasure chatting with you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for such interesting
Thank
questions.
you.
Thank
Really
you.
good.
It was really fun.
Awesome. Well, go check out their band, like I said, and if you enjoyed this interview, subscribe, share it, like it. It goes a long way. And again, thanks to Major Moments for coming on.
Thanks, guys.
Yay.
Thank you.
Hey guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Of course, if you enjoy what we do, make sure to go check out the other series we do. We do album reviews, we do band interviews, and we do live videos, so definitely go check that out. Hit that subscribe button. It really helps our channel, helps us grow. Make sure to hit that like button as well. Go follow us on social media. That's all down below. We try to keep that as updated as possible. We also made a new website where we'll be posting photos of upcoming concerts and stuff like that, which you can go check out at audioaddictionmedia.com and come get your fix with us, guys. Talk to you later. Deuces.